The voice commands work very, very well on this camera. It's the Insta360 Ace Pro. I was told the camera doesn't get hot when you plug in an external mic, which the corded mic. I have a corded mic plugged into it, and I have it charging at the same time. But what did I notice the other day? The camera got hot. I'm not sure what I was doing with it. I think I was at home and I was downloading the videos off the camera. I have to stop for a second. I was downloading the videos off the camera and charging at the same time, and it got so hot I almost couldn't touch it, and I'm not sure why it did that. So I don't know if that was just a malfunction or if it can get hot differently than if I'm using it like to record a video, right? If I'm recording a video and charging it at the same time with an external power source, which is what I do. So I don't want to have to change the battery, right? I just keep it charged with an external power source. I just got like one of the bigger batteries off of Amazon, the portable power stations. I'm not sure what they're called, but it's to charge like your cell phone or charge accessories and things. So yeah, it doesn't. I haven't noticed the camera getting hot at all when I'm using it to record. But someone told me that has experience with GoPro that they were having trouble with the GoPro overheating when they were recording with an external mic. So they were advised to go with the Insta360 Ace Pro, and that doesn't have any heating problems. And I haven't had any trouble with it getting hot when I'm recording on the helmet. I have it connected to the helmet. I've also been told not to put it on the helmet. James told me that. He said, don't put things on your helmet. It changes the safety. It affects it. It's advised, like for motorcycle riding, I think in the book, the motorcycle book, it's advised to not put anything on your helmet on the outside that sticks out. So I'm like, oh, really? Somehow I think I missed that, or I just didn't remember that part. But so I'm thinking about that. Where else can I put the camera? I'm just really glad I have a full face helmet, because I see people riding with open face helmets, and some people riding with no helmet. And some people are really, really good riders. But still, the thing is, because the statistics show us that the accidents are usually unexpected, not the fault of the person riding the motorcycle or the EUC, right? Electric unicycle. That does occur where that's the case. That it just makes sense to wear the helmet, because if someone runs into you, you're going to have more safety with your head covered. And I think that's why they made helmets mandatory for motorcycles at some time in the past. Even though a lot of people spoke against that. Oh, it limits my freedom. It limits, And then you have a lot of people walking around with plates in their head, right? Metal plates, because they hit their head instead of hitting a helmet. But now helmets have increased safety. The other thing that's really important for increasing safety and maximizing safety is those motorcycle training courses, which I highly recommend. They call it an endorsement, your endorsement. But I think most people are getting those. Like when I ask people, everybody seems to have it. But if you haven't heard of that, look into it. I really think that all people could benefit from that, even automobile drivers, regardless of what you drive. You could be a truck driver or a car driver or anything. It helps you relate to what's going on the road. So educating yourself to the greatest degree. And that may reduce your insurance too. It could. It does for motorcycle riders. I don't know if it would reduce it for automobile drivers too. It may. You could check with your insurance and ask that. even though you're driving a car. If you take those courses, would it help lower the insurance? You could ask that question. Okay. Oh, I think I just started a new video, so I think we're good still. I don't know how much time has gone by on this one. Okay. Whew. Let's see if I could take off with my other leg now. Nope. So I've been putting my left foot on the same way I usually ride. When I'm taking off from a stop, I have my left foot on and I put my right foot on as I go. So I'm using the same feet as I usually take off. Okay, I think I'll go. I think we're running out of time here for practice. I'm gonna see if I can get a little more practicing with my turns and possibly with going backwards. Oh, I can't believe how fast I'm going right now. I'm not going to look down. That's how I know how fast I'm going. Not looking down, but this is the fastest I've gone sitting down right here. If I look down, I might crash. I don't want to crash right now. I don't really ever want to crash, but I don't want to crash just because I look down. I don't need to do that. I don't need to take that chance. It's like not taking unnecessary risks, right? That's the way I would word it. Okay, I'm going to try to turn here. There's definitely more cars around right now. Wow, I would say today's practice was an enormous success. Enormous. I mean, I thought I was going to finish my practice today with similar riding as when I started practice today. But I am going much faster. My arms are down. This is amazing. And I feel comfortable. Now, saying that doesn't mean I'm going to go beyond and push my limits right now. I'm not going to do that. This is what I'm talking about when I say allowing myself the time to get used to something. Just because I became comfortable with, going faster and everything, it doesn't mean I'm going to say oh, how fast can I go? Let me see how fast I can go. Because then I could just end up on the ground, right? And not even know what happened. Okay, let's see what I'm going to do right now. I think I'll practice my turns. The concern I have right now is that there's a lot of cars that are kind of coming through here. I'm going to have to really watch for that as I'm going through doing this. Oh, it feels so weird to stand up right now. Oh, see that car? That's what I'm talking about. I don't think I'm going to do it right now. It's not worth it. See, at night, see, it's 6:22. This is sunrise time. At night, there's just almost no cars coming through. Right now, there's consistently cars coming through, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay, let's see what I can do right now. I have to adjust my knee pads. They moved while I was sitting down. Okay, let's go ahead and go for a ride. I think I'm done with my parking lot practice right now. I don't know what time that store opens, and I don't know what time the workers come in, but I can see that it's getting crowded there. That's enough for me. I don't need to go look at the door and see what time they opened. Oh wow, my glasses are totally foggy right now. That's because I was talking into the when I had the glasses on the front of the helmet, like down, they're positioned where I breathe and where I talk, so they get moisture, because our breath has a lot of moisture in it. Very interesting. I really feel like this is not a good time to really be riding. So even though I really want to practice more, I'm not sure it's such a good idea. Because everyone's, like, people are in a hurry right now. And there's more cars, like a lot more cars. Let's see if this car lets me go. I'm trying to get the glasses to dry. It's so weird to go this fast after riding sitting down, where I could barely ride, because riding sitting down was reminding me of when I was just learning to ride standing up, because that's how I rode. I rode that slow. Thank you. You think you'll get one someday? You think you'll ride one someday?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Do you think you would ride one someday?
Oh gosh, you have to have good balance for that?
No.
Oh, really?
You just lots of practice. Just lots of practice. Take care.
Take care.
See, she asked me if you have to have good balance, which I don't. I say that because I couldn't balance on this. I learned from holding the basket and letting the muscles get the muscle memory. I don't have my bell on me. On your left. Hopefully you heard me. I didn't know if I should have told her that I pushed the basket to learn. Because if she just tries to ride it, it could be extremely difficult. It was difficult for me. I couldn't do it. I couldn't ride it without holding something. So she said, do you have to have good balance? And I said, no. But maybe balance can be learned. I mean, we learn to walk, and walking takes a lot of balance, they say. That's another one. Earlier I was talking about how some people, I've been told like an exercise to try to explain how to ride a bicycle in writing, like try to write a story about how to ride a bicycle and how to balance it, right, for the first time, right? Explain what's happening. Well, if you try to also write about how to walk, how do you walk? That's a complicated one too. That's why I say, when I learned to ride an electric unicycle, I said, this is easier than walking. That's why I said that. I don't know if I told you that, but I was thinking it. And I shared it with people I spoke to. I said, riding an electric unicycle is easier than walking. Because in an electric unicycle, you literally just are shifting your weight left to right, left to right. That's it. There's different ways you can do that. You can use hips, feet, right? You can push with your feet. You can move, you can shift your hips, which shifts the weight of your feet pushing on the unicycle, right? And you can lean your shoulder into the turns. So if I'm turning left, I can lean my right shoulder into a left turn, or my left, so I can lean like this, right? Depending on which way I'm turning. So those are three things that are happening. And they all affect the same thing. They're essentially different ways of making the unicycle do the same thing, right? Which is turn left or turn right, or balance, right? So if I see the woman again, I'll tell her that I held onto a basket and until I could let go. And to give more detail about that, I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Before letting go, the transition was first push the basket, then I would lift up the back two wheels of the basket and see if I could still keep myself balanced. And then I would set it down, pick it up, set it down, pick it up, right? That's what I would do. And I lost my balance a lot, but that's how I transitioned. And then the next thing I know, I'm holding the back wheels up, I'm lifting the basket up, holding the back wheels up, and I'm going across the whole parking lot, right? And that's when I said, I'm going to try letting go now. I'm going to try to let go of the basket. And I let go of it and kept going. And then I had my arms out, just like I did when I was learning to sit down, like today when I was sitting down with my arms out and balancing the electric unicycle. Yeah. So, pretty amazing. This is turning. Practicing my turning. I could go up and down that path right there and practice my turns like I just did right there. I think I'll do that because this path doesn't have anyone on it right now. If I go to the other path down the way there, a couple miles down the way, it's going to have a lot of people there on that particular path. There's a lot of people, and in certain times of day and night, this path also has people too. But right at this moment, I don't see anybody here. I can't see behind me very well, even though this is the PID zoom mirror and it shows me much more than my last mirror I had. I still can't see everything behind me, which is why I want to put the Wolfbox i17 on the helmet. So I can just look at a small screen, and someone was telling me, that's too small, you're not going to be able to see anything. All I need to see, is there anything behind me? Is there something there? I don't need to know what it is. Is there something back there? That's how I use the mirror. Look how, you can't see it, but the mirror's like this close on the other side. It's like right here. I can't really focus on what's behind me, but I could see a light. I could see something moving. That's how I use it. I just want to know, is there something back there coming up? See, right now I'm doing this exercise. There's bicycles that are doing 25 miles an hour. Like, what was the one the other day? 23, 24? That guy was flying. He was going so fast, and it wasn't an electric bike. I'll just call it a sport bike, or I don't know what to call it. It was one of those really light bicycles for racing, I think. And he passed by me without letting me know he was coming. It startled me. And he didn't use any etiquette, any bike path etiquette at all. Because a lot of cyclists, if you pass them, even slow, if you just crawl by, like roll by them a little slow and way away from them, way off to the side, they'll scream, call out when you're passing, ding your bell, they'll say something like that. I don't think they're mad. I think they're just saying, like, work with us here, communicate. So I don't know why that person that passed me, who looked like a serious, like, racer, although he didn't have any gear on, I think he was, and I don't even know if he had a shirt on, and he just might have had shorts on or something, but he flew by. And if I was like doing my carving like this, we could have crashed. We could have had a collision, right? So I'm trying to look in my mirror to see if anybody's coming while I practice my maneuvers, I'll call them. These are my maneuvers. I used to do this, what I'm doing right now, I don't know if you can see it, on the V10F. And it was a good workout for the legs. And good workout for I'll say for the mind, for balance, for the body, for the muscle memory. And I think it's the reason that I've had wobbles on a V10F at full speed, which is, I don't know if it's like, full speed is like 25 or something, approximately. Going downhill. Oh, I can tell her now. Hey! I was going to tell you something.
I've never gone this way before, so.
That's so funny. I said because I'm recording, and I said, if I see you again, I'm going to tell you the rest of the story.
Oh.
I thought it would be a different day, but I'll tell you now.
Okay.
So I could not ride one of these. I tried for years.
How long have you had that?
Huh?
How long have you had that?
I've had this for 2 months. And this is not the one I learned on, though. I learned on a small one. And the way I learned was I held onto a shopping cart.
Okay.
So I cheated.
I've been on a Segway
What kind of Segway? What did it look like? Oh,
Like
were
the,
you?
the traditional Segway.
And it has two wheels out here.
Yeah.
It's you know how it's similar is
Yeah.
on that one, you lean forward, right,
Yeah.
and it goes.
Uh-huh.
That's what this does.
Okay.
Except on this one, you steer it by leaning right and left and right. See?
Okay. 'Cause
That's-
I also seen those. It's kind of like that, but it's like flat, and like people usually like I don't know. Sometimes once in a while you can move with them, like at an event or something. It's like it's kind of like a skateboard but sideways.
Oh,
Right on it.
yep.
By leaning forward.
I've seen those. I don't know what they call them, but I know a
Yeah, this looks
hoverboard.
much more
Yeah.
fancier though. Yeah.
But I pushed the shopping cart until I could let go of it. And
Okay.
my thoughts were I'm letting my body get used to the feeling
Yeah.
of balancing because I could not balance.
Yeah, I remember this because my aunt back in like on the East Coast, she got a Segway like back when they first came out,
Oh yeah,
and like I got to try it a couple times. Takes a little getting used to, yeah.
neat. How did you like it?
Like it's you just gotta make sure you don't go too far because otherwise you're gonna go too fast and you might go you know. That happened to me one time when a dog came up to me. I was worried that like I got really excited and wanted to like hit it or anything. So,
Right.
But that's the only time like I felt like I kind of fell off of it, but
Yeah.
I was okay at least because it doesn't go too fast at least.
Okay.
How fast
Okay.
can this go?
This can go like 50 or more.
Wow.
I don't do that,
Yeah.
but it can do it. My
If you ever need to go.
my question I would always ask people that had these that would want me to try to ride it, I would say, can you put it on low speed? And they're like, you asked me that before. No, you can't. And I'm like, I'm gonna keep asking until you say yes, because I would just think you should be able to turn the speed on it down, you know. But some of them, like the beginner ones, you can turn it down. That one, like when I learned, I turned it down to like 5. I said 5 miles an hour max.
Yeah.
So I could lean forward all the way, and it'll beep at you. It'll go beep, beep, beep. It tells
You
you.
said it that way where it's like don't like this is the max. Don't exceed this.
Yeah, you can do it on your phone.
That's nice.
It's an app.
Nice
the-
in case like.
Oh yeah, that way you don't have to worry about it.
Reasons,
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so look, my name's Joseph. What's your name?
Kelly.
It was nice to talk with you and meet you, Kelly. I'm gonna continue practicing this morning, and maybe I'll see you around again.
Yeah. I've been trying to do a morning walk or run every morning. I've been doing about for a month now. I've been trying different trails and like different routes and stuff. I don't think I walked down what's the street Alameda, then I took Victory, and then I did one big circle kind of thing. And
Oh,
then
neat.
I saw this trail here. I go, oh, okay, that makes sense with the train coming
Yeah.
up there. But I've never gone this way. So let me try this today. It's
Oh.
nice. I don't have to worry about
Yeah,
crossing the street too much. Yeah.
absolutely. How did you find it?
I was on because when I was walking yesterday down Alameda towards Victory,
Uh-huh.
I saw it right there, a little opening right there.
You saw it. Okay.
Yeah, and I was kind of like, I'll try you out tomorrow. So.
Very nice. I always say, oh, I wish they'd make more paths like this. And then I find out that we have a lot.
Yeah, there's a few. I know there's a couple more by like the freeway and like there's even some like restaurants along the way too, like little pit stop area. Like, oh, that's really fancy.
Neat.
Yeah,
You
it's
make.
nice, it's nice that this is here too, because sometimes I train for runs too.
Okay.
Once in a blue moon, like a half marathon or something.
Nice. It's so healthy to run, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But like the hard part is motivation.
Uh huh.
If I'm not signed up for a race, because otherwise I'm just like I don't feel like running, or I don't feel like And
Oh.
it's nice to have a goal
Yeah.
if I want to run, but then I learned that if I walk at least every day, I feel accomplished at least, and I feel good.
Good. And
That's the thing. It's like you want to do it every day
yeah.
so that you keep that habit.
Yep.
With running, it's not good to run every single day because you have to rest your legs.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
Okay.
I usually do every other day, but because I do that, sometimes I lose that routine.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
fall out of whack, especially if I travel or something. So,
Okay.
So it's nice to like at least walk. Every day
Yes.
and maybe
Yes.
run if I feel like
I see. And walking's so much easier on the joints, right?
Exactly. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like I'm working out. I just feel like I kind of get to kind of see the sights more and discover new places.
Yeah.
And if I do it in the morning, I can beat the sun.
Isn't it nice to beat the sun?
Yes.
It's so hot.
Yeah, because when I started doing this, I had a hard time waking up early, so I would kind of get a late start. But
Oh.
since I disciplined myself to wake up at 5, it's made a huge difference.
Yeah, and the weather is supposed to be, I heard, cooling off, I hope.
Yeah. The heat wave ended yesterday.
Oh, good.
I was in Colorado this past weekend. When I came back, my roommates were like, "Oh, you just missed the heat wave."
Oh, really?
Good. That was nice because it was nice much cooler in Colorado.
Well, I will tell you that there's groups that ride these on Facebook. They're called so these are called EUC, Electric Unicycle, EUC.
Okay.
And if you go on Facebook, there'll be groups like LA EUC, or LA, they call it LAPEV too, like personal electric vehicle. And people ride all kinds of different things. But in these groups, you meet other people that like to ride together, and they ride on all the paths, and they ride in the mountains, and yeah.
Nice.
So you're...
This is nice here because it's like, much more better than and safer than being on the bumpy sidewalk by the roads. Yeah.
Exactly. So if you ever get into riding, something, just know that there's a community out there that welcomes you.
That's cool. Awesome.
Even though I know it sounds like you got the run.
How much do those go for?
Well, you can get the one I learned on is more like around 1,000, but you can get them used for a few hundred,
Oh, okay.
which is a good way to start because you're gonna just mess. It's gonna
Yeah.
fall a lot anyway.
Yeah.
And but this one they actually get up into the
It's
thousands.
also less of a commitment to in case it be.
Yes.
It's for you. I always tell people that with sewing machines, like, just get the cheapest one. You don't need anything fancy.
Exactly.
Don't drop all your money and then you do one project and then give up on it.
No, it's very good advice. Very good. In fact, that was part of the delay in my learning to ride. Initially, was I didn't want to spend the money, not knowing if I could actually ride it. And then someone loaned me theirs. They loaned me the one they learned on,
That's nice.
and I said, "Okay, I'll do it." There was nothing to lose, right?
Yeah.
So I said, "I'm going to give myself 3 months to learn it," and I learned it in like a couple weeks. So, yeah, so I learned it quite quickly, actually. And then just for fun, I learned to ride backwards.
What was that?
Just for fun, I learned to ride backwards.
Oh, wow. I'd be too scared.
Anyway, we'll have a nice walk. And oh, by the way, have you been to the Chandler bike path?
Is that the one along the freeway?
No, it's if you go down, let's see, that's Victory. If you go down Victory and turn at the railroad tracks, like one block, there's a nice, beautiful bike path that people love. It's a few miles.
I might have been on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
so-
check it out too.
Yeah, I have to look. I'll check it out. Yeah, thank you.
Have a good morning.
What's your name again?
Joseph.
Joseph. Very good talking with you. Have a great day.
So, just talking with a friendly person. I forgot her name already. But I love talking to people and meeting new people. I just love doing that. And it seemed like she wanted to keep talking because I said, okay, well, it was nice meeting you. And I was trying to say, I'm going now. I didn't say that because I'm not going to be rude. But, well, it's not necessarily rude, right? But I just said, okay, well, it was nice to meet you. And then she kept talking. And I think she was enjoying that connection of meeting someone new. And I just enjoy that. I enjoy talking with people and getting to know people, especially when they're open to it, when they're open to that. Because some people won't talk. I met someone once that was like that. I don't want to say they were like that, but they didn't want to talk at all, and I just was saying hi. And then next thing you know, we became like, I'll call us, well, the proper word is probably an acquaintance, but it felt like a friendship on the bike path, where they were always happy. We were both happy to see each other there and talk and share stories and things, but we didn't talk outside of the bike path. We just spoke there at the bike path. So there can be what we could call like walking friends or bike path friends, if I use that word, because just you're being friendly, we're being friendly with each other. So right now I'm thinking of going to that very bike path that I was just telling the lady about, the very kind woman. And it would be neat to see her at a group meeting someday. If she came to if she ended up getting an electric unicycle or some form of micromobility, even a bicycle, even an electric bicycle or electric scooter or something, and ended up going to a meeting someday. That would be really neat, wouldn't it? To see someone. That happens sometimes. I meet someone and they end up going somewhere that we talked about, and I meet them months later and see them. Hey, I remember you. Yeah, that happens, right? Happens sometimes. Okay, so I was going to keep practicing on that path, but I think I forgot that I was going to do that while I was talking to the lady I just met. Let's see if I can do back and forth and stay in one spot here. Oops. Oh, I saved it. I stayed up for a little bit. I guess can I cross? I can't cross. I do want to practice, I'm going to call it my pendulum more, where I go back and forth without falling. That way I don't have to put my foot down, I can just stay in one spot. I actually know where I can practice that on that bike path I'm going to right now. That was very nice of this truck. That was very polite. He waved too. Some people are so courteous, and I'm going to call it just etiquette, right? Oh, I was practicing here the other day. Are they open? No, they're not open yet. I can practice here right now a little bit, just a little. This is fun. Okay, everyone, True Zero Emission signing off. I'm going to start a new video because I'm trying to keep the videos. I'm not. Instead of making like a video at several hours long, I'm trying to break them up into smaller videos. And that way, if I lose a video in my upload process, I'm not losing everything, because I just lost a 4-hour video again. I had so many videos that were like 3 and 4 hours, and I'm losing them. I don't know, something's wrong with my internet or my phone or both. So I just have to go through the process of working with tech support on each area. So tech support with Apple, tech support with AT&T, and until things get working. But I'm going through the process, and you'll have more content coming soon. And I'm happy to say to you that we have good sound now, right? We have sound. But what is being said? What is being shared? That is the question. This channel is kind of like a journal to me, so I just share my thoughts. I free associate. I don't know if you know this, but I have been in psychoanalysis my whole life. Psychoanalysis, and it's where you practice. I'm going to call it the practice of how can I word it, and this could change but as a thought experiment right now, I'm going to see if I can find some words to describe what's taking place. It has to do with sharing my thoughts and being connected to what I'm feeling and being able to express that in words. And I think it does help. It's helped me a lot. It helped me in school, it helped me in life, to feel more connected to myself and to others, which is a goal. That's one of my goals, is to be connected to the community of existence, right? The community of existence. It's not just Earth, it's existence. It's all inclusive. Okay, everyone, see you in the next video in a couple seconds. Stop recording.